Connors, Trevor Matich here in studio. I mean, there is so much to unpack from that entire game, but specifically the end of it. Let's get into it bit by bit here, Trevor Matich. Tremendous effort by Georgia Tech. Let's start with the closing sequence for Clemson. They take over with the ball inside the 1 yard line, taking the snap out of the shotgun. How did you see that last play, the second to last play, where Clemson was tackled in the end zone for a safety?
I agree with Dan Orlovsky calling the game that they should never have been in the shotgun, handing the ball off on a run in that situation. They had a first down with 7 seconds to go. All they had to do was take a shotgun snap and then throw the ball high toward the sideline. 3 seconds are gone. Second down, and take another shotgun snap, throw the ball high towards the sideline. 3 seconds are gone. Now there's 1 second to go. It's third down. Take the shotgun snap, throw the ball high out of bounds. By running up the middle, they take the risk of that very thing happening, either a safety or a fumble that could have been recovered in the end zone by Georgia Tech. That one play call is inexplicable.
Let's get to the sequence for Georgia Tech. 4 plays inside the 5 yard line here, but let's start with that fourth down play call. What did you make of it?
I think the fourth down play call for Georgia Tech was fine. I mean, what they needed to do, and I think where they made a mistake, or where they could have been better, is when they got a first down. They were on the 8 yard line. It was 2nd and 2. So they hand off right up the middle. They gain 5 yards to the 3 yard line. Now they've got a first down, and the Clemson defense is on their heels because that was a drive that got down there. And what ended up happening was Georgia Tech called timeout. Clemson's defense resets. And then instead of running the ball up the middle, now they're running different kinds of plays. They're trying to get cute. They're trying to finesse. When what was working was hammer that thing. And I think Georgia Tech will look back at that and wish that they had handled that differently.
And again, it's a tremendous effort from Georgia Tech to keep it close with Clemson. But let's unpack this. It's a Georgia Tech team that lost in week 1 to Northern Illinois, who was throttled today by Michigan. From the Clemson perspective, this is a top 5 team in the country that we're talking about here. A team that, again, on a perennial basis, we expect to be in the playoff conversation. Mm-hmm. What do you make of the effort from Clemson today?
Clemson's defense is all that, right? And Clemson's offense struggled against Georgia in the opener. Okay, Georgia was outstanding on defense as well. Georgia's offense didn't go anywhere in the opener either against Clemson's defense. Then they play an FCS school. And so now, here comes Clemson against Georgia Tech. It's the first real, look at their offense as they continue into the season and they get things rolling. And they were abysmal. Up until late in the game, Clemson couldn't run the ball at all. DJ Uiagalelei completed a lot of passes there, but they were all very, very short completions. This is an offense that looks nothing like the offense that Uiagalelei piloted against Boston College and Notre Dame last year, where he was back there throwing the ball down the field. Now, part of it is the Clemson offensive line. This year is a lot worse than the Clemson offensive line of last year. And last year they were pretty good. So this year they went from pretty good to uh-oh. So that's going to have to change in order for Clemson's offense to get going, because Georgia's defense is one thing. Georgia Tech, bless their hearts, fought hard, but they stuffed Clemson.
They did. And I said top 5 team, Clemson number 6 to start the day. Unconvincing in the way that Clemson won this game, unconvincing kind of the word around college football for some of the big-time teams. We'll talk about that here in just a bit. If you're tuning in to see the Tulane-Ole Miss game, we want to let you know that game is currently in a weather delay right now in Oxford. The Clemson-Georgia Tech audience knows exactly what we're talking about. But a weather delay right now in Oxford. They're hoping to get the game started, we think, sometime within the next hour. But nothing official yet from Oxford. We will keep you up to date on that one. Again, Tulane, Ole Miss, scheduled to kick off, we hope, sometime within the next hour. For more on this game, why don't we send it out to the men who are going to be calling it, Anish Shroff and Mike Golick Jr. Guys?
Mother Nature brought the sound into the fury in the land of Faulkner tonight. The start of Tulane into number 17 Ole Miss, held up by a weather delay. We have had rain throughout the day. It's been coming down hard for the last hour and a half. There's been lightning in the area, and that means we have to wait at least 30 minutes from the last lightning strike before we can play. If there is lightning in the interim, unfortunately, we cannot go forward. We have to start the clock again. Hopefully, we will have football at some point tonight. No word as of right now. Anish Shroff, Mike Golick Jr. Hopefully, once we get going, we should have a pretty good football game. We should have a lot of points. Two talented offensive teams.
Incredibly talented offensive team led by some impressive signal callers here. Everyone's going to have eyes on Michael Pratt for Tulane. Everyone eyes on Matt Corral over at Ole Miss. My heart goes out to the centers in this game tonight. Orlando Umana and Sincere Haynesworth. Got to worry about ball security first and foremost on a night like tonight. It's going to be slick. Make sure you get that exchange off so we can watch both of these offenses do what they do best and put up points.
Both offenses averaging better than 50 points per game. Ole Miss 2-0. Tulane 1-1. The one loss on the road against Oklahoma, and they pushed the Sooners to the brink. Hopefully football at some point tonight. It's SEC after dark.
Manish, we look forward to that. Meantime, under the bright lights at Beaver Stadium, Auburn, Penn State, 3-0 War Eagle in front. Sean Clifford, Jahan Dotson, back of the end zone. 100,000 going crazy in Happy Valley, made it 7-3, but Tank Bigsby and the Auburn Tigers, Trevor, will get back in this game.
And both offenses have been very efficient. They haven't been terribly explosive because both defenses are playing really well, and I think both coaching staffs are playing this not to make the big mistake early.
10-7 your score. Again, that one over on ABC. And you were saying your early impressions from this game were what? Early impression is this is a real fair fight. We start there. I mean, Auburn is not at all intimidated by the whiteout because they play at LSU, at Alabama, at Georgia all the time. I think they're impressed, but they're not intimidated. What's interesting is that Bo Nix has a history of playing poorly on the road. He's playing really well right now. He's not getting a lot of explosive plays, but that's not the point right now. The point is take what's there, don't make the big mistake, and he's managing this much better than he's managed a lot of other big early games on the road in his career. Top 25 matchup, the SEC and Big Ten having